Hey guys, what's up? It's Samantha, and welcome back to another memory keeping spread. We're just going to keep this hot mess train wreck rolling. This is about the 45th time I've tried to voice over this over a couple of days. This is now the third day of me being delusional enough to think I can film, edit, and voice over an entire video during James's nap time. We're now on day 3 of that experiment, so you can surmise how that went. But yeah, I'm using the Love is Love kit from Scribble Prints Co. I bought this back in 2022, and I bought an ultimate kit and a mini kit because I had so many extras. I was like, oh, I can get 2 spreads out of this. And I put down a base using the ultimate kit in my personal planner at the time, but this was right around the time I fell off the planning wagon, so to speak. It was right before we moved into this house, and so I put down the bases for a bunch of spreads that I just never ended up filling in, and I kind of didn't really use my planner the back half of 2022, and I saved all of the scraps from that, and then I had the mini kit, so I basically used the glitter headers and the full boxes from the mini kit, and then just used all of the labels, half boxes, little things, all of that from the ultimate kit because I never ended up using any of those. And then I pulled in this gorgeous Simply Gilded washi that's kind of a pastel rainbow tie-dye, and then the Stardust washi that has the purple background also has rainbow foil across the top, and just thought it looked really pretty with this kit. I also did purple foil from Scribble Prints Co. that I thought was a lot of fun. I decided to not do white space for this. I just did bougie boxes. I was trying to go as fast as I could because I thought I could get this done during James's nap, or at least get the whole thing filmed during James's nap. I also decided to do date covers instead of deco across the top, just trying to save some time. But James ended up waking up, I think right as I was getting done putting Thursday down. And honestly, that ended up working out okay. I do apologize. The first 2/3 of this is very, very shaky. My camera mount, my old camera mount that I was using, I had to add a little bit of extra length onto it because my new desk is deeper and it has smooth ball joints, and that's fine when like the kind of arm coming out was shorter, but now that I needed to add more length onto it, it just wasn't working anymore. So I got a new camera mount that kind of has teeth, if that makes sense, in the joints so that when you lock it into place, it can't slide. And the whole thing just feels a little more stable, if that makes sense. So let me know if you can tell a difference from, I think, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Putting that down was using the new camera mount, and I think the footage is a lot less shaky and like not so. It doesn't look like everything's vibrating, so I do apologize for that. But yeah, this week was a tough week. I've had a lot of tough weeks. The last, 5 or 6 weeks, James has had 4 teeth come in, and he is just a very unhappy teether, as I have mentioned before. And there was like a lot of other stuff going on. We had a lot of social commitments, stuff going wrong with the house. And I am just really, really tired, y'all. I thought we were on the upswing of James being done teething. And then yesterday afternoon was one of the roughest afternoons I've had in a really long time. I was actually doing the voiceover for this video yesterday, and James woke up over an hour earlier than he normally does from his nap, screaming, crying, and I just had to hold him all day yesterday afternoon, and this morning wasn't much better. So I'm just a little burnt out right now, but we're still going to try to get this video up today so that I can get caught up on memory keeping spreads and be a little more current with what I'm talking about. So, yeah, no, I mean, this week was just bonkers. If you watched my previous video, we were having a lot of issues with our fire alarms going off for no reason, and our doorbell has been broken for months. And I knew what was wrong, and it was all stuff I could have fixed on my own, but because of how intense James has been and how much stuff we've had going on, we just decided to pay the money and hire it out, and had someone come out and swap out a bunch of our fire alarms that have been going off for no reason. And we think that like construction debris got stuck in the fire alarms. That's our best guess, because they had to rip all of our windows out after the fire alarms were installed and put new windows in, and the drywall dust and all that. I don't think they covered the fire alarms when they did that. So normally you would not need to replace fire alarms a couple of years into use, but we got woken up so many times from the fire alarm going off that I just needed it to be fixed, and I didn't have the time or energy to do it myself. The other thing that I did differently, I forgot to mention in the spread, I filled out Monday kind of as I went, but then I decided I just wanted to get all of the filming done. And my thought process was I can take the sheets downstairs and fill out everything else while James is awake. I can sit at the kitchen table and write everything down, and then come back and film like the last clip of me showing the final spread, which takes, a minute, and I don't have to do anything, that I can do that later and then edit and voice over it. I just wanted to get the filming done during James's nap, but James woke up in the middle of me filming this anyways, so it didn't end up mattering, but it just saves a lot of time, especially in terms of video length and what I have to voice over, because writing stuff down adds about a half an hour to the video, like the raw video footage. But yeah, Monday I woke up really early for no reason, just couldn't fall back asleep. So I just got up, made my coffee, and played iPad games, did laundry, talked to my mom. I prepped dinner early in the morning, which probably the only time I've done that in the last month. And then during James's nap, I was planning, and this day was really, really hot. The weather, I think I said this in my last video, the weather's been so bad. It's either 8 billion degrees outside or it's thunderstorming, and no in between. And it's just made it hard to go outside as much as James would like to. So I waited till 5:30 when it was a little cooler. The sun wasn't so intense, and we went outside and played with the water table. And then Monday night, Joe built a new PC, and he was getting rid of his old desk. So I helped Joe take apart his old desk, because Tuesday's trash day and I wanted to get everything out. And we got everything moved over, and I did a bunch of cable management for him for like the modem router, our Hue hubs, and some other stuff that's down there, just to get that kind of all tidy, because before, all of the kind of household electronic stuff was just in a pile on his desk and wires jumbled everywhere. So it looks much nicer now, and he is using my old tabletops, like the gray ones that used to be in my office. So we're still getting used out of those. And then Tuesday was a really rough day. James woke up pissed, and he woke up really, really early. So I was up with him. And then I had therapy like late Tuesday morning. And then after I was done with therapy, James was down for his nap. So I just chilled out. I made the conscious choice to not do any chores or any work during James's nap so that I could kind of emotionally recover. Just vegged in my PJs. And then I came up here and was playing in my planner. My mom came over in the afternoon, and I was able to like go shower and get ready and get some stuff done while my mom was here, which is really nice. We got BB Bop for dinner, which is always a good time. And then Joe and I watched Love Island and just hung out together on Tuesday night. And then Wednesday was a really rough day. My friend that had a baby the week before, she didn't have any baby wraps, so I overnighted. We had several different kinds, so I overnighted all of our wraps. I put like everything in a box and a few other things that she didn't have but would find useful, and overnighted them to her. She lives out of state, so it wasn't like I could just drive over to her house and drop it off. And in the post office, James had a complete and total meltdown, and we ended up being in there for, I don't know, like 50 minutes, an hour, way longer than I thought we would be. And I didn't take the stroller with me because I thought I'd like go in and mail it and come back out. And then there was like a passport appointment and like all these people in front of us that when I walked in, I thought there were just like 2 people in front of us, but it ended up being a whole thing. And then we had an electrician that came over. Like I said, the electrician came over on Wednesday and got everything taken care of, but I was just completely fried by Wednesday afternoon. I cleaned up after the electrician left, and Joe got takeout on his way home from work, and I just came up here Wednesday night with a glass of wine and played in my planner and tried to relax. Thursday, had my coffee, played my games, and did some laundry and ironed. I got some new clothes and new shorts and stuff, and everything was kind of wrinkly because I let it sit for too long. So I was just ironing like the bottoms of all my shorts so they weren't all like crumpled up. And then my sister-in-law and my nephew came over for a play date on Thursday morning. That was a lot of fun. They stayed through lunch and then left. And after they left, like I put James down for his nap, and I just basically like collapsed. I tidied up and kind of cleaned everything up after they left, like all the dishes, and I'd made lunch and got it, like our basement play area, and got everything all tidied up, and then just had a really lazy afternoon. Which was definitely needed. And then Joe and I watched Love Island together on Thursday night. I did not particularly like season 7. It's only the second season of Love Island USA. I normally watch UK and Australia, but I feel like up until like the last week of the season, everyone just hated each other. Then Joe and I were jokingly calling it Rat Island because it just felt like they were trying to vote off anyone who had a strong connection. Like it didn't feel like a dating show. It felt like everyone just like hated each other, and they were trying to eliminate the competition in a way that I feel like I've never seen on a season of Love Island before. I don't know. It got better at the end, but like not my favorite season of reality TV I've ever watched. But yeah, Friday, James was in a horrible mood. I did laundry, played iPad games during his nap, and then he woke up hysterical, and I basically just had to sit and like snuggle with him for a lot of the afternoon. And then I was desperate coming up with like things for us to do to like kill time. And so I was like, we're going to do an early bath because he's usually pretty happy playing in the water, and it was way too hot outside to go out and play with the water table. And of course, because of the week I'm having, James pooped in the tub, which, that's on me. We took a bath at a way different time than we normally do. So then I had to throw him in the shower to get him, like, to clean him off. Like our shower, I got him cleaned off and whatever. And then I put him in the pack and play and put Miss Rachel on, and I had to clean everything. And he had like 8,000 bath toys in the tub. And a lot of our bath toys are dishwasher safe, which is great. But then we have like all these foam letters and numbers. So I had to soak everything in a bleach solution and clean the tub. And I was just like, are you kidding me? And it took a while to get everything all cleaned up. And then I also got my period because yay me. And then Joe and I watched Love Island Friday night. Saturday, I just like had my coffee, chilled out, play games. I had really horrible cramps on Saturday, so that's always fun. I did laundry and folded a bunch of laundry. I played in my planner. Joe and I hung out, and then we watched Love Island because that's just what we've been doing. Like, honestly, both of us have been so fried. It's like the last month. The only thing I have capacity to do after 7 p.m. is mindlessly watch Love Island. Sunday morning, I got up early with James. Joe and I like trade off. Saturday's usually my day to sleep in, and then Sunday's usually Joe's day to sleep in. So I got up with James. He usually sleeps in till about 7, but I think this day he woke up at like 5:30 or something, and like teething. This was just a rough week. So James was in a horrible mood all morning, and then when he went down, I just like gamed during his nap, and then Joe took over James in the afternoon so that I could come up and like film, edit, voiceover, upload a video for YouTube. And then I folded a ton of laundry. That's like the bane of my existence right now, is folding / putting away laundry. I'm just like on the struggle bus with that. It never used to be as much of an issue as it is right now. But yeah, like that's just having a hard time actually getting the laundry put away. I'm all caught up on everything now, but for a while there, my laundry room floor was just like a tiled with laundry baskets. And then Joe and I watched a ton of Love Island Sunday night after James went to bed, and you know, just vibed out with that. So that was everything that I did this week. Yeah, I feel like this is going to be just like a weird stretch of weeks to talk about, just because James is in such a bad mood throughout all of this that it kind of colors everything that happens during the week. But, you know, I think we're like right at the tail end of it. I can see all 4 of his teeth peeking through the gums. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, he takes a really good nap this afternoon. Because like sometimes if he just gets like that 3.5 hours of sleep, he like is a high sleep needs kid. So I'm hoping I give him Motrin before his nap. I'm hoping he sleeps and wakes up in a better mood, and then we can just like have fun and he can be my delightful little buddy. That would be great. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you in my next one. Bye guys.